Hey, welcome back to this new video. Today I wanted to share with you 10 items you can gather in the Final Fantasy Heavensward expansion. So if that's where you're at right now, then you can use this area, or this video at least, to learn about some items you can gather as a miner and botanist. So let's get into it. The first one I wanted to show you was Mythridore, which is in the Coarthars and Western Highlands, in the area that I'm standing at currently. So if I open up the map, it's pretty far into the zone itself, away from the Mythrite. But the coordinates would be 31, 12, 4. So if you look that up on your map, you need to be at X31, Y12, 4. This other person is also gathering here. Maybe they're gathering the item, I don't know. But as you can look here at the mineral deposit, what you'll see is something called the... Well, okay, this one doesn't have it. God dang it, this happens every time in my videos. Well, at least it's in this area, okay? I actually just collected it myself. Well, as you can see in this note though, it has a Mythridore, so it was a little to a different spot. So what I'm guessing here is that not all of them have them guaranteed. Came out a little weird. It also has this specific text called hidden, right? Now this is gonna sound really stupid on my part, but in all the years I've been gathering, I've never paid attention to this hidden message. So I'm assuming it's a certain... it has a certain meaning, that it may be more tricky to find it, but at least it is in this area. I'm collecting it right now, the Mythrite ore, so I suggest you do look into it and see if it sells on your server. Now there's another item in this area that we want to look at, which is called Coriander, and it's in a totally different spot on the map, so I'll fly there right now, make a little cut, and then you can see it for yourself. Alright, here we are, and in order to collect these items in this area of the map, it's all to the left top corner of Coerthas, Western Highlands. So again, from the Mythrite all the way up here. Or you can come into this area from, you know, a different area. I think, yeah, the Dravanian forelands, but it doesn't really matter. At least you need to be in this area as a botanist. Be sure to be a botanist, and what you're gonna find is something called Coriander right here. So you want to collect these and see if they sell, because it might sell well on your server as well, you never know. It's always useful to collect these items. Now the next area that you want to check out is the Sea of Clouds. Now I do admit here real quick on video, it's been years since I've been hanging out in the Heavensward area, so I do feel a little rusty here and there, so I apologize, where I'm like, what did the map look like again? It's like, just based on memory, I have to kind of look everything up again myself as I'm going through all of this. So in the Sea of Clouds you can get the aurum regis sands. You can get them at coordinates of 35, 31. So if I look that up real quick right now, 35, 31, yeah, it's right here. So basically it's on the, yeah, all the way on the other side of the map. I guess that's kind of the annoying part at times, you know, especially if you make a video. I have to fly a huge ass fucking distance now, but I'll make a cut real quick, and when I'm at the area where you collect them from, you'll see how to get them. Alright, here we are at the marker, so let's have a look, shall we? Hopefully I'm looking at the right notes, it's been so long ago. Okay, there it is, aurum regis sands. You see, I've never even collected this before myself. You may be wondering, so why are you suggesting it then? Well, I told you guys before in videos, one useful thing is to always look up items yourself on the market board and see if they sell. So I found out this is selling well, for whatever reason. So, therefore this video exists for you to check it out for yourself if you have never done so, and perhaps it makes profit for you as well. So you can get this item as a miner at the location we just mentioned. The coordinates are 35, 31, all the way on the other side of the Sea of Clouds when you enter in there through the Mythrite, so it takes a bit of flying, but this brings back memories, because I used to be at this specific location grinding clusters back in the Heavensward days. So this used to be, I think in, let's see, was it 2000 and, yeah, in 2017, just before Stormblood would launch, right? When Heavensward was the end game expansion, I would hang around here, collect clusters. I would get hundreds within minutes. There was a technique for it that still exists, but it isn't really as profitable anymore. But I could make millions within hours. It was great, man. And then after Stormblood hit, it just crashed. like it wasn't no good anymore. You can still sell clusters, but they don't sell for a lot. There's a lot of competition by now. Anyways, in the Sea of Clouds there's also another item you want to look into. It's Appalachian Mistletoe, I found out on the market. It's 43.2018. That's the coordinates. 43. Let's have a look then, eh? 43.21.8. Well. 21.8. It's right in the corner of this area then, pretty much. So let's fly over there. It shouldn't be that far away from where we are at. However, I will make a quick cut and then you'll see the item for yourself. Alright, so we arrived at the area. Now here's the thing, okay, about this item. It is actually from an unspoiled node. I forgot to mention that real quick right now. But basically, at 6 AM Eorzean time, an unspoiled node will spawn. It also seems to happen at 6 PM Eorzean time. Right now it's 10:30 AM in Eorzean time when I'm recording this, so I would have to wait quite some time before it spawns again. But then you will be able to collect these from an unspoiled node as a botanist, so you should definitely keep that in mind and see if it sells on your server, because it could be useful. It's in this area right here where I'm at the map. I got the marker, you see the Mythrites are all the way on the left side, you're gonna be all the way on the right side. Pretty much underneath the dungeon, I forgot the dungeon name, but it is one in the Sea of Clouds as well. So the next one on the list would be in the Churning Mists, which again, another area I haven't visited in so long, but if stuff sells, man, you gotta make use of that as soon as possible. So let's teleport to Magome and see what's up, because yeah, there's 2 more items here that you could potentially collect and sell for profit. So the first one is Dandelion, which is, the coordinates are 20, let's see, 20 and 29, Y29. X20, Y29, it's right here. I put it on my map real quick for myself there. We're flying there now. It's in the middle of the map pretty much. As you can see, that's where you need to be in order to collect dandelions. And hopefully they will sell for profit for you as well on your server. So that's what you gotta find out as soon as possible. So I already see stuff pop here, blue ones. I don't know if these are already the ones, because we had the flag somewhere else, but we'll have a look here. Is there a dandelion? Oh, would you look at that? There's dandelion, man. There we go. So collect this shit. Go and check it out for yourself if this sells. So dandelions is another one for this list that I suggest you get. The second item in the Churning Mist is called a 7th Heaven. You can get this from the coordinates of X167, Y36. So let's have a look here on my own map. It's pretty much right here, so it's very close to this area, so you don't have to fly very far away. It helps. It's pretty much the island over there in the distance. As far as I can tell, yes, it should be right here. So let's have a look at the 7th Heaven then, because it might be a special item again. If I'm correct, it's probably a special spawn node that's going on here, because I don't think it's minor. Nope. So in order to get this item, the 7th Heaven, you're going to have to wait for a legendary node that spawns around 4 AM or 4 PM in Eorzean time, and it should be allow you the ability to collect 7th Heaven leaves or plants. And it might sell well on your server as well. Just keep that in mind. Just go have a look around that time if you have a botanist and see if you can gather it for yourself. And then see if it sells on your market board. And it should be in this area right where we're at on the map. There's a little island over here. Now the next one on the list would be in the Dravanian hinterlands. So you can't teleport there straight away as far as I can remember, so we have to go to Idleshire, wherever it was. There it is. Because there's one that I specifically would suggest you look into, and then we're gonna go to the Dravanian forelands for the next one. So let's go there real quick. Now the item in question you're looking for is located at 12 coordinates X129 Y18, so it should be somewhere right to the side of us when we leave Idleshire, if that's how you pronounce that place. Sometimes I say Idleshire, Idleshire, I actually have no idea, but it should be around this area as I've looked all of this up myself. And the item in question, right? The item is called, it's gonna be a surprise. If you open this, what do you see is the first? That's right, it's cow bitter. So I'm assuming when a cow eats this, it gets a very bitter taste in its mouth. That's why they came to the conclusion, let's call this cow bitter. That's just my logic, but you want to collect these and see if they sell on your server as well. If they do, collect as much as you can and start making profit, man. Start making that profit. Now, I said the next one would be in the Dravanian forelands, so we don't have to stay here. Let's quickly teleport to, what was the Tail Feather? Exactly. Let's go to Tail Feather real quick and collect the next one. Now for this one, you want to go to 10 to 32. So that will be x10 and y32 as the coordinates. So let's look them up here. 10 to and then 32. It's all the way over here at the bottom. Well, I suggest you teleport to Einix Shrine if you go to the Dravanian forelands then. It's closer to the location you need to be at. But the item that you're looking for is coneflowers, which you can collect over there. So let's go. Let's have a look, shall we? Now already we can see blue logos, icons I should say, pop on the map. So go down here as a botanist and let's have a look at these vegetation patch. And what do you see? Coneflower. There. I suggest you check this one out as well. If it sells, collect them and then start making profit for yourself as well. Because again, last time I checked, it did make profit on our server for not a lot of work in the end. So that's kind of the goal, to make it as easy as possible for everyone. So the final two items that I suggest you collect, now that you have coneflower as well, is to go to the East Shroud. So you're actually leaving Heavensward areas. We're going back to a Realm Reborn for these last two. But hey, if you're at Heavensward, you should be able to collect them anyway. So that's important that you can. And we're looking for rosemary, which you can find at the coordinates of x22, y30. So look that up on your map. x22, y30. It would be pretty close to this area. It's actually near... Am I right? Yeah, it's near the entrance of Balzar's Wall, which I usually call Ballsack Wall, but that's just my strange mind doing its work. So near the entrance to Balzar's Wall, right? This rosemary will spawn from an unspoiled node when it's 5 PM in Eorzean time. So when it is that time, go have a look at the East Shroud as a botanist at the location I'm just showing you here on the map again. And then see if this item, when you collect it, also sells for a nice profit for you on your server. If it does, again, it's worth collecting, so go ahead and enjoy the money. Now the final item for this video that I want to show you is also in the East Shroud. It's called the Trillium Ball. Now the coordinates for that are 13 and 23. So we're gonna go to x13 and y23. So it should be just around here. There we go. I put it on my map for myself. And now let's have a look. Now this Trillium Ball will spawn in this area, in these coordinates on my map. You see the red flag that I got going on in East Shroud. Well, exactly where I'm at. At 9 PM Eorzean time, there will be an unspoiled node that will allow you to collect Trillium bulbs from the East Shroud. So look that up in the area when it's 9 PM over there when you're playing in Eorzean time. Be sure to check out this area as well and collect it. And then if you're lucky, you'll be able to make profit. So these were the 10 items for this video that I wanted to share with you, that you should at least look into and see for yourself if you can get some gil with those very easily, because that's what it's all about. Now if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to receive Final Fantasy XIV videos on a regular basis, and I'll see you in the next video.